Hey there, gang. This is Toby, host of the podcast Prioritize. I know that everything you listen to and every YouTube video you watch always has that, hey, gang, like and subscribe.
Right. Why you no like and subscribe?
No. That's my thing. I don't want to pressure you into liking or subscribing to anything, especially if you don't get value from it.
Why you no get value from this?
Well, what I'm trying to say is, if you like it, you're welcome to subscribe it.
Otherwise, we shoot you and bury you in desert.
No, we're not planning on doing that.
Fine. We just bury you in desert.
No, we're not going to shoot you, and we're not going to bury you in the desert.
Why we do nothing?
Well, I'm just saying, if you like it, you're welcome to subscribe, leave a comment or something like that. This helps other people find it as well.
Right. We need your help. Otherwise, we shoot you.
No, we're not going to do that.
Fine. We do nothing. This is a stupid show.
Welcome to another episode of Prioritize. They accomplish while you drown in lists. It's difficult to juggle your responsibilities. Husband, father, brother. It goes on, but your energy doesn't.
You pondering what I'm pondering?
Prioritize what's right for you, not what's left behind. This is Prioritize with Toby Baker.
You'll have to speak up. I'm wearing a towel.
Greetings, gentlemen and ladies. This is Prioritize. Here we discuss prioritizing faith, family, relationships, and more. I'm your crazy white, formerly fat host, the Baker Boy himself. Welcome to the show. Today we have a bonus episode celebrating something. I want you to prioritize celebrating something. You find something to celebrate, something to do that you can rejoice about and say, yes, this thing has happened, or yes, we have these things, these relationships, we have these people. It's easy to get very inward focused, like I'm the moron. I didn't work it out very well.
Yes, this is true. You are a moron.
No, I'm just, like that kind of rhetoric just kind of revolves around. I know for me, certainly, maybe not you. Maybe you don't have this problem. I got the enemy right on my shoulder constantly telling me I'm an idiot, I'm a moron, I can't do this. And you really have to work to focus on none of that is true, and that's all a lie. I want to begin with a question for you. Do you ever notice, or do you ever think about how much of our culture is geared around food? Food seems to have seeped into every point of celebration in our lives. When you got friends getting together, right? What's one of the main things they do? Hey, what can we bring? What are we eating? Going to be dinner? Going to be lunch? We want snacks? We can bring a charcuterie board. We can bring a couple bottles of wine, a fine bourbon. You want us to set up an open bar? You want to bring chicken? What are we doing here, right? What can we bring? You got business meetings. You remember the show? Remember the show Mad Men? Coined after the Madison Avenue advertising men, and it seemed like a lot of their business meetings, we're going to do a big presentation, right? There's this whole spread in the boardroom on the executive table where they were about to meet with a bunch of high power executives and do their sales pitch. Boom. Food all over the place, right? What about reunions? Have you been to a reunion yet this year? I've been to one already. And, of course, you got everyone and the brother coming in. We're all going to meet. And what are we going to do? We're going to eat and talk and chat and bring up memories and talk. And we're going to eat some more. And we're going to have some laughs. And then you might get a bite to eat, right? What about when you go on a date? When you go on a date with your wife, your girlfriend, your fiance, or if you're a female and you're listening to this, so maybe you're going on a date with your husband or your fiance, I guess, or your boyfriend. What do you typically do? You do something and then you wind up, well, I know we did. Maybe you don't. Maybe you're like way healthier than I am. And God bless you for it. God bless you. I always like the food. Like you're sitting down and there's like something to talk about. Sometimes I couldn't think of something to talk about when I'm sitting there with my date. And I'm like, what am I going to talk about? Oh, hey. I could talk about how great this is or how terrible this is or the customer service or the ambience or the restaurant. I've never been to this restaurant before. Have you ever been? You've never been to this restaurant? Well, this will be an experience for both of us, won't it? Many times on the dates that I was with, there was a movie involved. So we would eat dinner and then we'd go catch a movie. Dinner and a movie used to be the thing. I don't know if that's still the thing now with everything that has been going on. Dinner and a movie. That was a big thing for us. So you don't even have to be hungry to eat while you're watching the movie, right? Because you just had dinner. Surely you're not going to be hungry until you walked into the movie theater and you smelled the popcorn. And then I got to get popcorn. I got to get the popcorn. Everybody's sitting there. What else am I going to? I could sit there and eat popcorn while we watch the movie. We talk about the movie, we eat the popcorn. What are we going to do with the popcorn? We got to wash it down with a nice soda. Good. That Coca-Cola Classic and the salty, buttery, cheddary popcorn. I don't know about you, but we would go to the NCG cinemas, and then you can do your own butter on the popcorn, your own salt, how much ever salt you wanted on there, and then, of course, we'd mix that up with the cheddar cheese or the nacho cheese. Oh, it was the best popcorn ever. I mean, just phenomenal, right? Even just talking about food, doesn't that make you want to go get food, whether breakfast, lunch, dinner, or whatever? It's like, oh man, the other night we had this steak over at a friend's house. I mean, the sizzle, it was still sizzling when you brought it out on the plate. It was this nice, beautifully marbled ribeye. It was medium done, so you still had the pink in the center. You didn't even need a knife, man. You just use a spoon, and it just kind of fell apart, and the flavor and the ribeye just, you know what I'm saying? And they had these side of onions on there. The onions were sauteed. Actually, they were caramelized onions, so they had a bit of that sweetness with the brown sugar and then a little bit of the savory with some sea salt. And then we had the bell peppers. We had this coconut butterfly shrimp with this cocktail sauce, homemade cocktail sauce. It was out of this world. The horseradish in it, man, just cleared out the nostrils. It was amazing. We washed that down with some champagne, wine, bourbon. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you don't even have to be hungry. And all of a sudden, gosh, listen to this guy talking. Now I'm hungry. What do you do after that? Oh, you have some ice cream. Ice cream, then you get an espresso. I mean, the food just keeps going on and on and on. And anyway, I find it interesting how much food is just married in with this culture of ours, right? When you think about some of the bigger events that we celebrate, or at least at one point we celebrated within this culture, within the U.S., your firstborn, right? Your firstborn baby, boom, the baby's here. We're going to celebrate together. We're going to have family over. And we're going to have a bite to eat. We're going to have some food. We have something else to talk about. We got the food here. We got the baby there where everybody's happy, right? Then the baby gets older, got the 1 year. Going to have the 1 year birthday. We get this big chocolate cake. It's a chocolatey and with a chocolate frosting on top. And it is a chocolate thing on top of the chocolate frosting on top of the chocolate cake. And they give it to the kid. I wanted to cry. But, it's his birthday, so it's his first cake. He doesn't really know what to do with it until he makes a mess. Everybody starts laughing. He likes making them laugh, so what does he do? He makes a bigger mess. He plops around the cake, and meanwhile, all us fat men are there just crying. This poor cake, it's not going to make it. You see some of it fall on the floor, you're like, maybe nobody is watching the floor. You can get in there, and you can get the cake off the floor, and you can salvage the chocolatiness of the cake. So the 1 year birthday party celebration is over for the kid. You had all the friends there. You had the family there. You had snackages. You had salty. You had sweet. You had, goodies all around. People coming together and they celebrate. Kid gets older. Moving on to kindergarten. We're going to celebrate this. Have some of the family over. He just graduated kindergarten. Nothing real huge. Then it gets older, it goes into middle school, junior high school. Oh, this is going to be big, right? Graduation, senior graduation, they graduate. We're going to have some friends. You send out invitations, right? Invitations with pictures on them. Maybe you made them yourself. Maybe you had somebody else make them. Maybe you made them online. Maybe you're one of those DIY folks. You can I can do that all myself. I don't need to take my car to a mechanic. So we're going to have a bunch of people over. We're going to invite the whole neighborhood, neighbors. We're going to invite friends, family. We're inviting strangers over to the house. Why? Because we want to celebrate the fact that our kid graduated, magna cum laude, summa cum something else. Boom. More food, more people. Here we are celebrating. Oh, the kid finds a girl, and then they're going to get engaged. We got an engagement party, right? Then they're going to get married. And what happens? You send out invitations. They're all beautiful invitations. You spend all this time and effort and resources and money into this huge day, this very important day where your son or your daughter is going to get married. They're going to get hitched. They're saying, I want to spend the rest of my life with this other person. Let's invite a bunch of people over and we'll have some food, right? And we'll celebrate. And then maybe a few months in or a few years into the marriage, boom, hey, we're going to have a kid. We're pregos. We're pregnant. We're going to be sending out invites or announcements. You don't send invites to that. You send announcements. So we're sending announcements out. And then you have a kid. And we start the whole cycle all over again. That is until one fine day the mom or the dad are both together. Hopefully, when they die, it is by natural causes, right? And, well, we have family in, we have friends in, we have neighbors and sometimes strangers. You know, we don't know who they are, but those people knew our mom and dad who now have been laid to rest. And we gather around and we're going to mourn the passing of their life. We're going to celebrate how they lived, their legacy, what they did while they were here, what they did while they were alive, the impact that they made on our life. And by the way, we're going to have some food afterward. We'd like everyone to join us if you're able to and willing to, you're wanting to, we you're all invited. Right? Just that food has been integrated into our most, if not all of our celebrations. Believe it or not, this episode here, I am casting this and probably dropping this on the very day that is my birthday.
Oh, it's your birthday today. Oh, happy birthday.
Well, thank you. We actually had family in all this past week. They were coming in on vacation. We had family in from Florida, from South Carolina, just all over the place. And it was so great because now they got kids. So they're bringing their kids in. We went out to a campground for a week and we're just having a blast, and we're tossing around memories of how when we were kids we did this thing, and when we were kids, that's how we acted when we were younger, and now we're older. I wonder, our parents probably did the same thing. And anyway, just last night before everybody was headed out, I didn't boast this out.
Oh, what did you do?
Well, all my nieces and nephews, they heard that it was my birthday today, and the cousins got together, and they threw this shindig.
Oh, happy birthday party! Did they lift you up on shoulders and carry you around like wedding?
No, it wasn't like that. They went all out, though, with the decorations, and man, there's so much food all around. Like, nobody was walking around hungry. I don't remember a whole lot of people walking around. They were mostly, like, at the tables almost in recline mode. There was so much food.
And they're talking about you.
Well, they were talking about, everything. They're talking about the day, the weather. They were talking about the week. They're talking about the road ahead. We're talking about memories from previous birthdays.
Oh, did you have a cake?
We did have cake.
Did you have strawberry cake?
No, there wasn't strawberry cake.
Ah, no stupid cake.
But there was cake. There was lots of food. We had, lots of memories. And Why do I bring this up? Because I want to encourage you guys to celebrate something. Scriptures teach us that the Apostle Paul, he was writing back to the church in Rome. He says, rejoice with those who rejoice and weep with those who weep. Live in harmony with everybody, right? Well, I think we've had a pretty big share of weeping over the past 16 months, haven't we? We've had loss of life, right? Many people lost some people over the past year and a half. We've had loss of freedom. We've had loss of a job, possibly loss of two jobs or several other jobs. We've had the loss of the life we once knew. Most of the way by which we lived our life has gone by the wayside. And today just happens to be my birthday. Now, do I expect you to go on my Facebook page and do all the posts and send me cards and send me money? No. I mean, you could send me money. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to reject that because far be it from me to steal your blessing. You don't have to celebrate my birthday. Celebrate your own birthday. Celebrate the birthday of somebody else. Celebrate the fact that you have a spouse, you have a wife, you have a husband. Celebrate that your parents are still alive with you, or celebrate the life that they had, that they lived for you, that they exemplified for you. You still got kids? Celebrate the fact you still got kids. If your kid just graduated, celebrate that. If he's going into college, celebrate that. If he's going into the workforce, celebrate that they have some zeal. You still have your job. Throw a little celebration. Get a bag of Cool Ranch Dorito chips and some of that nice jalapeno dip, man. I mean, that I want to encourage you to look for a reason to celebrate today. The fact that you're still alive, that God has you alive, means you must have a purpose. Celebrate that. Find out what that is. I just wanted to come on here for a few seconds and encourage you amidst all the weeping, amidst all the mourning, amidst all of the loss that we've all experienced throughout the past year and a half. I wanted to encourage you to find something to celebrate.